So I saw the graduates in the hallway lined up and I asked them, I said, "Are you nervous or how are you?" And they said, "Nervous." And I said, "Don't be. You've done the hard part. This is the easy part, celebrating." We'll give those family members just a second to get in. Yay. Good evening. My name is Amanda Bradshaw. I'm the Vice President for Workforce Development and Continuing Education. Welcome to Sampson Community College and the 2026 College and Career Readiness Graduation Ceremony. This, I hate to be a little partial, is one of my favorite celebrations of the year that we have here on campus because it is a celebration of determination, perseverance, and second chances. Graduates, that's you folks right there. Each of you has your own story. For some, the journey to this stage was interrupted by work, family responsibilities, possibly health concerns, or simply life happening. There were likely moments when earning your diploma felt kind of out of reach. Yet here you are. You showed up. You kept going. You pushed through the challenges, the doubts, and the obstacles. You made time when there didn't seem to be enough time. You chose to believe that your future could be different than your past. And that decision has brought you to this very moment in this very room on this very evening. As I look across this room, I don't just see graduates. I see a parent setting an example for a child. I see an individual who refused to give up on themselves. I also see a person who had the courage to start again and the determination to finish what they started. Tonight is about more than a diploma or a credential. It is about proving to yourself that you can accomplish difficult things. It is about opening doors to new careers, college opportunities, personal goals, and dreams that may have seemed out of reach to you at one time. Most importantly, it is about recognizing the strength and the resilience that each of you carries within you. To the family members, friends, instructors, and supporters this evening, we say thank you to you too. Your encouragement, patience, and belief in these graduates help make tonight possible, and we don't ever overlook that. This accomplishment belongs to the graduates, but it is also a celebration of the community that stood beside them along the way. Maybe that community is just here for tonight or just here in this short span of your last few days, your last few months, or maybe that community formed the day you were born. But we're happy to celebrate those folks too. Graduates, I hope you take a moment tonight to truly appreciate what you have accomplished. There's only a few of these moments in your life when things should kind of stick. And this is one of those nights. So just know that. This is one of those nights that this should stick and be that memory that's there forever and ever. Be proud of this moment. You have earned it. We didn't give it to you. You have earned it. On behalf of the Sampson Community College Board of Trustees, the administration, faculty, and staff, congratulations. Let's get this celebration started.
Good evening, everyone. At this time, it is my honor to welcome and introduce our guest speaker, Anna Jump. Anna is a doctoral candidate in community college leadership at North Carolina State University. I had the privilege of being in school with Anna over the past 3 years, and during that time, we have formed a meaningful friendship through our shared love for education, community colleges, and serving students who are working hard to pursue their educational goals. Anna and I bonded over our passion for helping others see what is possible through education. Her heart for adult learners, immigrant students, and community college students is evident in everything she does. She understands firsthand how powerful the community college pathway can be because it is part of her own story. Originally from Guatemala, Anna immigrated to the United States as a young adult and began her educational journey through the community college system. She earned 2 associate's degrees from Wake Technical Community College before transferring to NC State. And if you know me, go Pack. Where she completed both of her bachelor's and master's degrees. In 2022, she was selected as the NC State Student Commencement Speaker, a recognition that reflects her academic success, her leadership, and the power of her story. Professionally, Anna serves at NC State University as the Alumni Data and CRM Systems Coordinator, where she works in data systems and engagement strategy and institutional communications. She is also a bilingual educator, speaker, and former international trainer who has helped develop educational programs serving communities across multiple countries. As a wife, mother, immigrant, lifelong learner, and a passionate advocate for education, Anna brings a message rooted in resilience, purpose, and hope. Her journey reminds us that education can open doors, change lives, and strengthen communities. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to my friend, classmate, and fellow advocate for community college students, Miss Anna Jump.
Good evening, graduates. Hello, families, faculty, staff, and friends. Thank you to Samson Community College for inviting me to be here tonight. It is a truly honor for me to celebrate this moment with you. And also to the graduates, congratulations. I'm very happy for you. Some of you took a longer road to this moment. Some of you had to pass education and return later. Some of you balance work, responsibilities, exhaustion, and life while trying to finish school. Some of you continue showing up even when you were tired, discouraged, or uncertain about the future. But you are here tonight. You made it. And that matters. Tonight is not only about receiving a diploma, it is about recognizing the courage that it took you to be here and continue this journey that at times was very difficult. So I wanted to share with you tonight something that life has taught me very slowly, and is that your life is still being written. Tonight, I want to share with you a few meaningful moments in my own journey that taught me this lesson. So, I came to the United States when I was 23 years old. I am from Guatemala, and I came with my older brother. Everything I owned was packed in a suitcase and a backpack. A few months later, we were living in Ohio during one of the coldest winters that I have ever experienced. From the apartment window, the snow looks so beautiful, like a scene from a movie. It looks so shiny, even like glitter. It was so beautiful, the scene to look. But once I stepped into it, the experience was completely different for me. The cold was relentless. The snow melted through my boots immediately, leaving my socks wet, and my feet were freezing during long walks that I needed to take to the grocery store. So, we didn't have appropriate clothing for winter or shoes. We were from Guatemalans, and we have tropical blood. We didn't understand about winter in Ohio. That was so we didn't know anything about it. So one night, we needed to walk about 2 miles to the grocery store, so I started just putting on layers from everything that I could find in my suitcase, because I knew it was going to be so cold for me. And those were the same clothing that I needed to wear during the night, because in our apartment, almost empty, we didn't have beds, so it was just laying on the ground and sleeping. So I put everything I could on, and I'm remembering that in that moment, just getting ready to walk there, I was so grateful because we had a roof above our heads, and we have heater, and we have each other. So sometimes survivor challenges makes you understand gratitude from a different perspective. So that night, all I wanted and all I could think about was a gallon of milk, the 2%. That's what I wanted. I really wanted that. And not because it was expensive, not because it was important to somebody else. It's because in difficult moments, small things can represent comfort, safety, and home. So we got to the grocery store. I got my gallon of milk. And when we were close to the cashier, my brother started just figuring if we had enough money to cover everything and start taking things away. And the milk had to go. We didn't have enough. So I remember trying to act like it was okay, nothing mattered, but deep inside, I felt discouraged, exhausted, and honestly, I felt very alone. And that was it. We paid for the groceries, we walked right out, and then we saw it. If I think that if this was like a soap opera, they would make it like slow motion or something with background music. But it was night, it was cold, and right there under a light there was a shopping cart, and somebody had forgotten a gallon of milk, the 2%, the one that I wanted. So my brother laughed because he said I was so lucky. But I cried because in that moment, something shifted in me. For weeks, I had focused only on fear, uncertainty, and everything that felt impossible. But standing there in that freezing parking lot, holding my gallon of milk, I realized something important. I was not alone. Life still moving. Hope was still present. And my story was not over yet. Looking back now, I think of the many hardest moments. I think that life sometimes try to convince us that our story has ended. But often those moments are only chapters that we need to learn from. Years later, my husband and I moved to North Carolina after he accepted a position at North Carolina State University. So I remember one of the first things that I noticed when I was there was the graduates dressed with their red gowns. And every time I saw them, I felt it was something like unreal for me. The gowns, they look perfect. The students look perfect. The future they represented looked so perfect. And honestly, I believe that that kind of life belonged to them, people like them, not to me. But at that time, I was still trying to build a life in this country that often felt unfair to me. English was still difficult. I was working, raising children, carrying many insecurities about whether I truly belong in spaces like that or like this one or not. But every time I saw those graduates in their gowns, something inside me paused, and I quietly wonder, what if one day that could be me? At first, the thought felt unrealistic, almost impossible. It felt like admiring something very beautiful from far, far away. But one day, someone spoke to me with such certainty and conviction about my ability to succeed, and something shifted inside me. They didn't speak to me like my dream was foolish. They didn't speak to me like I was unqualified. They spoke to me like this future was possible. And sometimes one voice can become powerful enough to reverse like what other people and other thoughts have placed in you doubt about yourself. So one word can help you break that pattern. So slowly, that distant image stopped feeling impossible, and I started feeling like it was reachable. Not easy, not guaranteed, so but possible in some way. So I decided to make those words mine, and I began with curiosity, just to become what that belief could be. Started asking questions, visited community colleges, and asked about program schedule, financial aid, and all the questions that come with it. I knock on doors, many, many doors. And little by little, I stopped thinking, could someone like me really do this? And I started thinking, how can I make this possible? You see the change? Now I'm thinking impossibilities. How can I make this happen? So, because sometimes the transformation begins with your confidence, it starts within you. So, I enrolled at Waytech Community College, and honestly, it was very hard. I was a wife, a mother, an immigrant, an employee, and a student all at the same time. There were nights that I felt so exhausted even to open a textbook. But there were moments when quitting would be the easiest way for me to finish with that exhaustion. But slowly I realized that many, and looking at success people, I wonder how they do that. But then I started realizing that many of them, what they do is that they never give up, they never stop. So one class become to another, one semester becoming to another, one difficult day that I survived becoming another difficult day that I survived, and eventually the dream that was so distant one time, it started feeling possible. So a year after seeing those gowns perfect, I wore one myself and I graduated finally. And not because it was an easy road and not because I was fearless. It was only because I kept going, and the journey did not stop there. After community college, I earned my bachelor's degree. Later, I completed the master's, and today I am preparing to defend my doctoral dissertation in community college leadership. None of this happened because I was extraordinary. It happens because I kept taking the next step. And I think many of you truly understand what this is about, that resonates in your heart. Because earning a diploma was probably not the only thing that you accomplished this year. Some of you survived difficult situations, but quietly. Some of you came into class while carrying responsibilities that no one else could see. Some of you balance work, parenting, financial struggles, uncertainty, challenges, doubts about yourself, trying to continue these educations. And sometimes people celebrate the diploma without fully understanding the effort behind it. But courage doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes courage looks like showing up tired, trying again, asking for help, studying after work, returning to school after being away for a while. And sometimes courage simply looks like refusing to give up for yourself. And if you remember nothing about tonight, I hope you remember this. You are not behind. Your story is still being written. Life is not a race with a perfect timeline. Sometimes dreams simply take a longer road, but that doesn't make them less meaningful. In many ways, it makes them more beautiful because there is something powerful about people who continue growing life after has faced so many challenges. Tonight, this diploma is proof that your journey was perfect. This is proof that your story continues through uncertainty, through sacrifice, through exhaustion, through moments that you held yourself through doubt, and your story will continue now. I don't know where this diploma is going to take you. For some of you, may continue with more education, maybe a new career. Maybe you're trying to figure out right now still, and that's okay. You do not need to have the entire future perfectly planned tonight. Sometimes the bravest thing to do is just simply take the next step and trust that you are still unfolding. So before you go to sleep tonight, I want you to ask you one question tonight before you go to sleep. And that's, what is my next step? Not 10 years out, not the entire plan, just the next step. Is it a class, a certificate, a new job, a college application, or maybe just a conversation? One step can change your life. Years ago, if someone had told me that one day I was standing here speaking to a graduate community college, I would not have believed it. But life has a beautiful way of surprising us where we continue moving forward. So tonight, celebrate yourself that you have survived. Celebrate the people who have supported you, your sacrifices that brought you here, and celebrate the version of yourself that you simply refuse to quit. And to all the families, faculty, staff, and friends who has encouraged these graduates when they wanted to quit, this achievement is also yours. Thank you for that. And most importantly, do not allow this achievement to become the end of your story. Let it become proof that new chapters are still waiting to be written. Your story is being written, and believe me, some of the most beautiful moments are still ahead of you. So, congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you.
All right. It's y'all's turn. Graduates, please prepare to come onto the stage. To honor our graduates with the respect they deserve and to maintain the dignity of this ceremony, while their name is called, I remind you not to clap, shout, or make any other noise during this time. Once the ceremony is complete, we will join in a group celebration. Evan Belts. Olivia Carter. Lanaja Everett. Terrence Faison. Devontae Foster. Carmen Galvin. Gabrielle King. Dashka Philogene. Logan Pittman. Caitlin Reese. Liliana Salazar Garcia. Austin Schimmel. Alexander Suarez. Marissa Vargas. Jamera Williams. We will now recognize our adult high school diploma graduates for the 2025-2026 school year. Through a partnership between Sampson Community College, Sampson County Schools, and Clinton City Schools, the adult high school diploma program allows students to complete their North Carolina graduation requirements. Graduates of this program receive a diploma jointly issued by Sampson Community College and their respective school district. Gabby Castaños Paz. Alyssa Fiorito. Emily Hughes. let's celebrate our graduates.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Evan Belts. I'm not usually one for public speaking, but there are a few things I would like to share about my experience here. At the beginning of this year, I enrolled in the high school equivalency program, feeling insecure and unsure of myself. I kept telling myself it would take forever due to my level of education and because I had to balance my work schedule. It had been years since I stepped foot into a classroom, and it felt like I couldn't even do basic middle school math because I couldn't. My anxiety was through the roof, and I dreaded every thought of coming back to school. But if only I'd known how good my experiences here was, I would have started much sooner. My reading teacher, Miss Sharon, and math teacher, Miss Johnson, were two of the most compassionate, caring teachers I have ever had. Bringing the class together made learning feel lively, constantly gave students courage and motivation. I truly could not have done this without them. The patience they showed me and the other students deserves to be recognized, and I pray that their future students will say the same thing. So with that, thank you, Miss Johnson. Thank you, Miss Sharon. Along with the encouragement I received from the staff, the students in my classroom also made a lasting impact on me. They were genuine, enthusiastic, and supportive of one another. I'll always remember the small acts of kindness that made the classroom feel like a community. I remember classmates bringing food to share, offering conversation on difficult days, and finding ways to encourage one another. Some brought laughter, some brought support, and some simply made the classroom feel welcoming. Those moments may have seemed small at the time, but they meant a lot to me and helped make this experience special. With all that being said, I want to sincerely thank my classmates for the memories, the laughter, and the support. I know I've said it much, but I also want to thank Miss Johnson, Miss Sharon, Miss Faison, and the many of the staff members whose names I may not know, but whose kindness I will never forget. Each of you saw something in me I would have never seen in myself. I wouldn't be standing here giving this speech without your encouragement and belief in me. So thank you. You've inspired me to keep going, to believe in myself, and to do great things. I will make you all proud, and I hope to not let you down. Now, enough about my wonderful experience and the greatness of this college. Let's talk about us, the graduates. We are the ones who went through challenges, setbacks, uncomfortable moments before making it to this day. We are the ones who may have failed, maybe more than once, but never gave in to the thought of quitting. We are the ones who could have stayed home, but instead chose to better ourselves. And now we are here, we made it through. We've ended a huge chapter of our lives, but we have also started a brand new one. I wish I could say things will be easier from here, but that's not the truth. Truth is, life will still bring challenges, we'll face problems we never expected, we'll have days we feel like we can't take it anymore, and we will take risks. But we are stronger now. We have already proven that we can push through hard things, and we will continue to overcome the troubles that come our way. I know we can, because each of us is capable of so much more than we may even realize. Someone once said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So take that chance, become who you truly want to be, and do not give up, because one of the greatest tragedies in life is losing sight of your own importance. We have a lot to be proud of. So once again, thank you. Staff members, my classmates, my mom, everybody who got me this far. Congratulations, everybody.
That was a great job. And I don't think any of your faculty are surprised by it. Good evening. I'm Bill Starling, the president of the college, and I'm going to add my own personal congratulations to each one of you for being here tonight. Your speaker gave you a very inspirational narrative of her story starting over here. If we had time, and if each of you had the inclination, each of you could step up here and narrate your own personal story. It would be inspiring to each of us and to your family or friends who are here. Let that story be going through your head right now as you are listening. There's a big difference between a community college and a public school. Your speaker acknowledged that. But one of the biggest differences is you choose to come here. There's no compelling reason for you to get up in the morning. There is no expectation imposed upon you. These are decisions that you made, a commitment that you made for the goal you achieved tonight. Some of you are here just to satisfy that personal goal which was within you. Some of you may be here to satisfy a need to go on further in education or to fulfill a business expectation. But guess what? It does all of those things at the same time. My thanks to each of you for being dedicated to your own future. To our faculty, as has been mentioned tonight by your student speaker and attested to, obviously, by the graduates that are here, you are answering a personal call to speak to their needs, and my thanks to each of you for doing that. For the families that are here, for the friends who are here, some of you may have been the motivation, the reason that they are here and they have graduated. So I want to reach out to you and say thank you for that influence on their lives. We are Sampson Community College, and we have graduations all throughout the year for all kinds of programs and all kinds of educational activities. As Ms. Bradshaw alluded to earlier, this is one of the most important and one of the most fulfilling and perhaps one of the most central to the core of the institution. My congratulations to you, my thanks to our speaker tonight, and my thanks to all of you who continue to make our community a place that we all want to live and grow and raise families. So again, thank you.
Graduates, please rise. By the power vested in me by the state of North Carolina and Sampson Community College, and by the virtue of certification awarded to you as the director, you have satisfactorily completed all the requirements of high school equivalency and adult high school diploma through the College and Career Readiness Program. I hereby confirm your graduation this 18th day of June 2026. You may now move your tassel to the left side of your cap. Congratulations, class of 2026.